what is the status of the Kickstarter products right now?
Currently, I have sent out, I believe I have sent out some currently. Most of them I am waiting on
So
because
that.
yes,
Mhm.
the slime deck is done, but the backer for the slime deck, it was specifically pointed out that you would get the slime deck and the prints of the 30 panel with it. So you would end up having 30 cards atop of that. And then further, after the Kickstarter was done, and I had the deal put up with Maddu that he would be doing tokens for the token set, and I let them know that because he's doing that at such a cheap price, and we already got some of it done because he's quick with his work,
Mhm.
that I'll add some of those tokens to it. So in multiples of 18, I'd be sending the cards, and they're waiting on the 30 panel, and then I'd add any tokens to fill in extra spaces. That way they have 36 cards from the slime deck, and then they have 36 cards from the 30 panel. And I will go to backer report, but I am waiting on the slime deck with that. Then the blood deck with Duchess, she's had a horrible year to say the least. A lot of family issues, and COVID didn't help none. Got
Yes.
her and her family sick, and then there was others personal things I won't specifically put out in the air because
Yeah.
that's her business. But we're waiting on the blood deck. She's finishing up the last few cards. She's doing good on that, and the artwork is beautiful. And I would never insist that anyone badger her on it because that would only harm production,
Mhm.
as now she has to deal with upset people that haven't got what they wished at a certain time,
Yeah. So.
which does not help production for anyone, and it will not help anything for you
Correct.
when you're waiting for your items. I'd say I'm looking here and it says shipped. So those are the ones I've already sent out.
Uh-huh. And
I sent out
what was the fulfillment time date of this
the
Kickstarter?
fulfillment time. Put the fulfillment time for 2 years, just in case anything happened that would draw it out any further. Since it's a new game and I took money out of pocket, I did not want to promise anybody anything, just in the case that something hit the fan and
Mhm.
it went downhill because the economy right now, as you look in, I believe you said you were in Canada.
Yes.
And I'm sure you know right now the US and Canada is hurting as far as the economy goes, and it's not getting any better and it will get worse.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I did not want to put guarantees on a failing economy
Yes. Correct. And.
because we have people right now, there's some people that back that they are from Russia, they're Ruski,
Uh-oh.
and they cannot get their items,
Mm.
and I cannot
Sad.
refund them because everything's blocked off for anyone that's in Russia. So if you're Ruski, you're kind of screwed on this. But luckily, until the situation is resolved, he has somebody that I could send it to in replace of that. But I have not amounted all of their backing items together to have that done and finally mark them as shipped. That way, I
Mhm.
do not send or miss anything. So
Yeah.
if I have all your items, I'll go ahead and send it to you immediately.
Mhm.
God forbid if I don't. But at the moment, yeah, I have seven backers fulfilled, and I would have had more, one or two more because of the hollows, but the hollows, there was miscommunication with Custom Hollow. Either they misunderstood me or I misunderstood them, probably both with the situation. So they charged me for half of the product I needed. I got half of the product I needed, paid for half the product I needed, and realized that after I counted everything up, and I contacted them again, worked through the issue, and now I'm awaiting for appraisal on that and being able to invest back into that.
Mhm.
And at the moment, a person at my job is trying to threaten my job So at the moment, I've been at the house for a week trying to find a new job to replace that. So I already shipped out 3 other packages during that time so I could get those debts sealed because someone bought some final print cards from me. So I went ahead and sent those off since I already had those in hand. They already received them. They're happy with it. One was a $320 backer.
Yeah.
He he invested more than that because the original arts that some people didn't buy, he bought an extra one, got those. He loves them. They're already framed and everything, and he put them up on a wall. Then the rest at the moment, they're all holographic cards for the 18 booster, and those have been sit out. But until I get my personal situation sorted out, I do not want to spend any more money, no matter what I have in pocket,
Yeah.
because I do not want my own personal situation causing detriment to the business, and I want to keep that completely separate.
This one is a Kickstarter, and are you going to have another Kickstarter for the next product or
Eventually, eventually, I will make
eventually?
sure that this Kickstarter is at least 80 to 90% finished, where I've already, not now, but as soon as it's done and I have everything set and ordered, then I will open up the next Kickstarter and I will already have everything done for it and prepared for it.
Yeah, because
I won't have,
I've seen your target, your goal is just 2,000.
yes, I haven't updated anything on the next Kickstarters, so that may end up increasing depending what I decide to do on the final evaluation over it.
And then you're
If
gonna
I,
introduce booster boxes then?
no,
No?
the booster boxes, they are going to specifically feature Lady Duchess, which
Mm-hmm.
is the artist that did the black and white cards for the 18 prints. So her, she has a medical condition with her hand
Mm-hmm.
that if she draws too much at once, it can damage her hand even further. And if she keeps pushing it too much, she will hurt her hand irreparably and never be able to draw again.
Oh no. Okay.
So I need to give her the time so she can do that on her own. She already has a issue with rushing herself, which I try to keep her from rushing herself because there's no reason for it with her condition, and I do not want her to hurt herself and
Yes.
prevent her from omitting her passion, her love for art that she sincerely loves and adores just because she wants to get something done in vain. So I will be taking the time with her to build up all her version of each card of the 500 set. So the slime deck would also have her variants of them. She would only need to be concerned about the ones that are in this set and not the next set. And then the ones that would fill that blank, the other 15, those would be cards that you have not ever seen before. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. So I am going to have to take time for that. And while she is working on it, any extra currency that comes in, I will use on planning the second set and getting ahead of the game.
Uh-huh. So are we looking at it at year 2022 or maybe next year?
Until I get to the point where she's done with all the Kickstarter work, I cannot say because I cannot say until she has started the 500 cards and we have an idea of her personal situations, time wise, and time wise, how often it will take to get X amount of cards done.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Because I will, as the game goes on and there's more funding, I would I would favorably like to have each artwork expanded in size.
Yeah.
So with a blood deck, I did this for the Kickstarter, even though I wasn't going to. You saw the 30 panel on there, right? The very small artworks
30 panel, where was that?
on the Kickstarter page. It
Uh,
has very, very small artworks.
oh, the black and white, you mean?
No, those are the size of a card. The
Oh.
30 panel is the size. Say, if you look at the cards that I sent you, they are landscape. And then
Yep.
the 30 panel is exactly the size of that landscape picture. No more, no less.
Mm.
And that's what she did with the 30 panel. The blood deck was going to be the same thing, but because the Kickstarter went so well, I was able to go up to her and say, how much would you give me to up the size of this to the same size of the black and whites? So that's why whenever you see blood deck updates, the size is larger and the detail is better.